Hello. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Brett. Hey, Exo. How you guys doing? Howdy doo dah. All right, let's see here. I'm currently looking at my physics settings, trying to see. Okay, I have a character. Okay, and he doesn't interact with the transparent objects. Okay. So, what we're going to do here is we're creating these orbs that we can shoot out of our gun. So, this is going to be bouncy ball. What is it? No, it's called sticky ball. This is going to be a transparent, let's see here, object. Good. Okay. It's a transparent object. So hopefully it will shoot out of my gun and it won't actually hit the player's capsule. Because if it comes out of the player's face, we don't want it to actually hit the player's face, right? So let's make sure we select the right weapon. So currently our weapon system is very rudimentary, but we got placement working pretty well here, which is great. And now if we press E, it should sort to the next weapon. Okay, good. Equipped weapon is 1, and the player can't interact with the balls, and that's actually not good. Let's see here. I think what I need to do is, okay. For now, we're not going to worry about that. Let's just get him shooting properly. So let's do this. If we go to our script here, we go to the shoot function here, and it's going to be shoot power. So whatever our shoot power is, that's how far it's going to be shot. Scroll up here and go to shooting balls section here, and this is going to be public float shoot power, right? And if it's like, I don't know, 1,000, I think that'll be good. Morgan, you said when's Neversong coming out? Sorry, excuse me. That game is being ported right now. We're finishing the port, and it should be coming out in May. It is coming out in May. So that's what's going on. How did you do, Josh? Sorry, I'm so thirsty. I just laid out in the hammock for a good long while, so I'm hot and sweaty and thirsty. All right. All right, guys. What is this? I'm going to disable that for now. I don't think I need that. Okay, so if I go to... Why is my mouse doing something weird right now? What's going on? I think we're okay. Okay. So let's go to our shooting ball section here. You can see that it's in bold, shooting balls. It's its own little section. And let's just make it 1,000, okay? And hit play. Okay. Switch to that and... Huh. It's not doing anything. Why not? Let's do 10,000. What? Yeah, it's not doing anything. Well, we're going to have to figure this out. Let's scroll on down. First thing I know that we need to do is we need to set the forward direction to be the camera. So camera camera.main .transform .rotation I think is what I want that to be. Okay. Sticky ball, I see. We need to set this to clone. Sticky ball clone dot get component rigid body add force transform dot forward shoot power. It's actually not. Yeah. That should be good. Sweet. That should be good. Let's hit play. Yeah, it's a little bit windy today, Brett, but other than that, it's like 80 degrees. Nice and warm. I live in the South in America, so it's really starting to warm up. It's beautiful, beautiful day. Bright green trees. Looks a lot like this scene here, actually. All right, let's switch weapons and start to shoot. Okay. So that's not good. Huh. It's shooting in the wrong direction. Okay. The fun is going to be building these walls and then shooting the balls at the walls. So that's good. Okay. So for some reason, it's not shooting in the right direction. Let's do this. Camera.main.transform.forward. This is just going to be identity. I think that'll do it. Bum, 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 bum. Thank you. Then y'all need to move to South Carolina then. It's if it's cold where you're at, why don't you just get on down to the south. I really love it down here. All right, guys. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so let's switch to weapons and start to shoot. Good. All right, so we could shoot these balls. Not very fast, and also, why are they spawning there? Okay, so let's change the power as well to 10,000. Okay. How about 5,000? Let's do it nice. Cut it in half, maybe. That looks pretty good. It's really fun, isn't it? Okay, so that's one thing. So now we know it should be 5,000. And shoot spawn location. Ah, I see. It's way high up there. That's not good. Let's put it at 0 and then 0. About right there is good. Sorry. Oh, man. All right, it's a little too big. So what we're going to do is going to start at point 3. I think that's no. Here's what I think. What I want to do is actually do this. Copy paste as a child. There we go. Make it 1 1 1 1 1. There we go. Remove the sphere collider from here, and the mesh renderer, and the sphere renderer, and the rigid body. And I think I want everything here. Do 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 do. And then what we do is sticky ball clone dot transform dot get child 0 dot get component rigid body add force. Okay. All right. So we're gonna have this small sticky ball that gets launched from my chest, because I don't actually have him holding a weapon yet. That's okay. Good. All right. It's a little too big. It's actually coming out of my crotch, so we definitely don't want that. Who knows? Maybe we do. Let's make it 0.8. There we go. And I think I have a shoot sound. Let's take a look. I do. Shoot sound. So let's do that. Let's add that in really quick here. Audio source dot play one shot. Shoot sound. See that, guys? Okay, we've got that. Now the next thing I want to do, let's see here. We need to set its layer to default. I don't know if we can do that. Can we do that? Set its layer to default after it. Let's see here. I kind of just want to do this. Put it here. The reason I say that, hold on one sec, guys. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is change the shoot spawn location to outside so that it doesn't hit the capsule collider. That way I don't have to have sticky ball be a certain layer. I don't have to worry about it interfering with the player. Hopefully that'll do it. Let's try it out. Thank you for subscribing. There we go. Still coming out of my crotch. But we've got a shoot sound. Whoa! That was weird. Why was that happening? Oh. Okay, it's not gonna work. Okay, that's okay. So this shoot spawn location, just because we moved it out, isn't gonna actually work because it's not actually rotating with the camera. So we need it to be zeroed out, and we could put it at 1. We could probably put it at 1.2. So let's go to our sticky balls here, and what we're gonna do is we're going to actually change out the rigid body here. This entire thing, we're gonna change it to transparent object. Yep. And then we're going to set the layer. So we're going to create a new script here. Let's call this I know that was awkward how I just drank that. I get it. But I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. All right, so we're inside of the projectile class now. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a I enumerator. So we're just going to copy this one, paste it in there, and it's going to be called set layer. Okay? I know. Is it layer? Yeah, it's layer. And it'll be the integer. Which integer? Or layer ID, I guess, or just layer is fine. And then go to transform dot parent dot game object dot, man, this is probably really redundant, dot layer equals layer. So we're gonna set this after a yield of, yeah, we'll yield about a second, or what's the shortest amount of time that I'm okay with the object being part of the transparent object layer? Half a second. .5. Do you guys know what I'm doing here? I hope you do. I know I'm not explaining it right. Why am I getting this? Oh. Okay. And we also want to set just the actual game object. So the child is getting changed, and the parent is getting changed as well. We don't really need to change the parent at all, actually. Why would I even do that? Okay, because there's nothing in the parent. I like to have control over the size and scale of my game objects, so I typically will make all of the graphics a child, and the parent is just 1, 1, 1. A scale of 1, 1, 1, if that makes sense. So after let's see here, we go to on start, we set the layer, okay, and we say, actually we need to start the coroutine. See that? And we're going to pass through what layer we want it to be, which is, in this case, if we look at our actual layers here, it's going to be... Actually, let's do it this way. Does layer work? No, it doesn't. No, it does. No, it doesn't. Yeah, we're just going to do an integer for now. I don't care. And we're going to have the integer as a public, not a public, a serialized field integer layer int. Right now, guys, I'm not too worried about the cleanliness of my code. We're putting this demo together, and a lot of it is just guess and check brainstorming. So I'm not too worried. Excuse me. All right, we're gonna set the layer, and it's going to be based on this. Okay. So let's jump back into Unity and go to our child here. Man, I'm having indigestion, upset stomach. Okay, so what was this called? Projectile. We'll drag that in there. Let's put it right here. And actually, you want to know something, guys? Goodness gracious. I kind of don't want it to be a child, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's just fix it really quickly here. There's a reason why. It's going to be messy. That's why. In this case, because we're going to be shooting so many of them, I don't want it to be that way. So that's okay. All we got to do is paste all this into the parent here. Even the mesh renderer as well. And actually, yeah, that's okay. All right, let's delete the child here. And now, let's go back to our player here. And if you remember, when we shoot an object, it's getting the child. We don't want to do that. All we want to do is just get the actual component of the parent now, because now it has a rigid body, and we should be good. So now all we're doing is setting the layer of... Okay. Yep. Sweet. All right. So what do we want to set the layer to? We want it to be... 0. So I think this would be much smarter to call this like change to layer. I think that's probably a better word. Yeah. I'm gonna make it even more aggressive, okay? More descriptive. Change to layer after shoot. Just because I don't want to be confused what this means. Does that make sense, guys, what we're doing here? It's originally going to be a transparent object, but I want the player to be able to interact with this sticky ball that we're calling it. I want the player to be able to interact with it, but not when it's shot, right? So we can do, you know what? This is a mess. Let's not do that. All we're gonna do is this. Man, Thomas, come on, buddy. Start coroutine, set trigger. I'm such an idiot. I bet you a lot of you have been saying that in the chat. I haven't been looking at the chat. Sorry. And we're going to say set to trigger is false. We're also going to have a private box collider, or I'm sorry, sphere collider. Sphere collider. Okay. So now all we gotta do is set the sphere collider to find who it is, right? We gave it a class, but we didn't give it an identity. I don't know the right way to put this. Sphere collider equals get component sphere collider. There we go. So it's gonna find its component, and now we can do set trigger, and we can do bool. True or false, right? It's going to pass through false. And now all it's going to do is go sphere collider dot is trigger equals true or false. I think that's a lot cleaner way to do this. Okay? Okay. And we're going to make sure it's a trigger. So is trigger is true. Nope, the other way is better. I'll tell you why. The other way is better because if I'm like right next to a wall and I shoot the wall, I don't want it to pass through the wall. So that's that's why we're doing it this way. I knew it. I knew there was a reason why I was doing this. Okay. So back to where we were. Okay. It's currently going to be a transparent object. It's going to shift, sorry, my nose itches, to change to layer 0. Save this out. Let's do 0.5. And we won't worry about the scale once we actually design the actual projectile in Blender. But right now we're just going to use a sphere. Does that make sense? So let's hit play here. So we have these buildable walls here, so just ignore these. I'll press E, now I can start shooting the balls here. Whoa, buddy, that's weird. What? Oh, it's set to trigger. I didn't fix that. So see, that's a good reason why we don't want it to be a trigger when we shoot it, because it can pass through the ground. Like if you immediately shoot at the ground, it's gonna pass through the ground. So we definitely don't want that. So let's go to sticky ball here. Turn off the trigger. And I know that's gonna work, so let's go back to our script. What we wanna do is we wanna check for a collision. If there's a collision with terrain or, if there's a collision with anything, honestly, we want it to stop in place, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go to our, we can just take, let's just Google it. Google on collision, enter. Let me check on the chat, make sure you guys are doing okay. Hey Zarkon, how you doing? Signed, Sined, how's everybody doing? Good to see you, good to see you. Thanks for joining me. Alexander Wilson, you asked me, did I get that mason jar from pre-made spaghetti sauce? Absolutely 100%. It's my These are my favorite cups. My wife will just take off the spaghetti label and I'll drink out of these. I have them all over my office. So that's funny. Yeah. All right, guys, let's do that collision. We're going to check for a collision. And if there's a collision, we're literally just going to stop the rigid body. We're going to make it kinematic. That's about it. So that's not even that hard to do. We can do it really quickly here. And then we're also going to play an animation of it expanding. Like that. Just like that. I bet you I can get that done in 5 minutes. Here we go. Someone start a timer. Okay. On collision enter. Rigid body. Hey. We need to create a rigid body class here because I know we're going to use it a lot. It's going to be a private rigid body. Rigid body. And oh, Thomas, come on, buddy. The moment you guys start the timer, I start getting bad at typing. Rigid body equals. Let's do it this way. Yeah, that's better. Get component rigid body. Okay. Then we go rigid body dot is kinematic equals. True, that's right. And then we expand the scale. So we're gonna go animator dot set trigger expand. Well, that doesn't exist yet, does it, Thomas? No, but that is okay. We're going to create a serialized private variable called animator. We're going to name it animator. We're going to do get component. We're not going to serialize that. We're just going to get it. Get it, get it, get it. Right here. All right, animator. See that? And then it's going to set the trigger. So let's go ahead and just go back to our animation. We did this before, by the way, guys. Like I think it was 2 weeks ago. I just kind of deleted all of my work because I didn't like it. Because I don't know why I did it. It was originally called Bouncy Butt, but it's not a butt. It's going to be called a sticky ball expand. Oh, there it is right there. I have one already. We're going to save over it. And we're just going to go from 0.5. We're just going to expand up to 1. See that? And copy it, paste it, paste it, paste it, paste it. Then back to this one, we're actually going to do 1.2. 1.2. We're going to drop down to 0.8. And then it's going to go up to 1.1. You want it to be really, really bouncy. So you can see how we're slowly dropping down to 1. But let's do it quick. Boom, right there. What we're also going to do is we're going to add an animator function class here. Actually, that's a little messy. Well, I'm going to do it actually because this is a demo, so I don't really care if my scripts are a mess. We're going to use my class animator functions, which allows us to play certain sounds and emit certain particles. Lots of cool things we can do here. So we're just going to do bouncy butt spawn. Let's hear the sound. Perfect. All right, there's the spawn. And then also, guys, that's all we needed. Okay. Oh, nope, that's not all we need. We need to go to the animator here, and we need to set a blank state here. And set that as the layer default. And then just make a transition to the actual expansion. And remember, we had a trigger, and it was called expand. Expand. No exit time, no transition time, and no looping. Bang. There we go. Oh, and then we also need to add the animation event, which will play sound 1. Okay, let's hit play and see if the bouncy balls when we shoot them out of our gun. Let's just make sure they expand. Let's go to our next weapon here and shoot. There we go. What did I tell you? Okay, so now we have a build system, guys. And also, I can actually stand on these, hopefully. Yeah, they might need to be a little bit bigger, huh? Yeah. So let's do this, okay? We already have these bouncy balls created. I don't like what they're called, though. They're called, like, bouncy butt or something. I really just want them to be called sticky ball, because that's really what they are. They're not really butts. I don't know why I originally called them bouncy butts. Sticky ball. We go to, yep, there we go. We can actually go to the mesh renderer, or I'm sorry, the mesh filter, and choose the bouncy butt, which will be in my art folder, models bouncy butt, and just drag in the actual sphere one. There it is. So now it actually expands to be pretty big. See that? So that's exactly what we wanted to do here. Problem is our sphere collider, we need to reattach that because I think it wasn't thinking clearly. There it is. So if I expand it, it should expand with it. Good. All right. The next thing here is, I'm not going to worry about LODs right now. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about LODs. We can add the material, which would be flesh red. There we go. So let's hit play here. Okay, so we can place our, sort of create our little home here. And while we're doing that, we can launch these bouncy balls onto the ground. And what these are going to allow us to do is several things. First, it's going to allow us to create bouncy things, but it's also going to allow us to shoot onto, oh, that doesn't work. Why was that? Oh, okay, yeah. So the delay was a little too long, so it actually could pass through the walls. That's not good. Yeah, that sucks. But what we could do with these is I need to program the ability to cause them to explode. And them exploding will, it'll break certain objects. So it'll break walls and stuff. So that's how we're going to destroy walls if we need to. So it could pass through, which kind of sucks. Let's see why. If we go to our actual walls here, they're set to default. So why are they passing through? That really sucks. I think it's because we need to be pretty... Yeah, why is that, guys? Why does it pass through the walls? If I'm standing right here, I think it's just because the walls are pretty thin. That's all right. That worked. I don't think it'll happen that way in the actual game. Okay, good. Okay. Switch weapons here. So yeah, I think this is actually it's gonna take some what's the right word? Fixes to the user experience and controls to make it functional. But yeah, once I switch the weapon, I can shoot my balls. See that? Why is it going through? Anybody know why it's going through? Yeah, I don't know. Let's go to our sticky ball and see if it fixes it. If we change the rigid body to be continuous dynamic, maybe that'll help it. Sorry, man. We could try continuous dynamic. That might fix it. Sorry, man. Okay, let's try it. Okay, I think that fixed it. Let's place some walls and just do some testing. Okay. Alright, I think that fixed it. Sweet. So what we could do here is when you have the ball shooter equipped, when you right click, it's going to explode and it'll explode the walls, and you can collect the walls back into your inventory and then just rebuild where you need to. So that's how we're actually going to be able to destroy walls. I think that's how I want to do it. Just going to need to practice exactly what the user experience will be like, but we got the basics down. That's good. Cool. All right. Well, guys, that is actually all I have time for to stream today. I hope you had fun with me today. If you guys want to support on Patreon, head on over to Patreon. That would really mean a lot. I try and live stream as often as I can. I'm really having fun working with you guys. So thanks for showing up. I'm having a really good time with this game, actually. I like being able to create things while I create things, right? So, you know, being able to create a castle like this is actually really, I don't know, it's fascinating because suddenly the game, I mean, obviously this is like Fortnite and Minecraft, but it's just cool how, thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Justin Horner. That means a lot. Wow, Justin Horner gave $50. Hello. Thank you for supporting. Justin, did you have a question or anything? Thanks, buddy. All right, yeah, so we can, it's just cool being able to build stuff because suddenly the game doesn't have to be this streamlined, perfect game. It can be just fun playing with blocks. I think that's really, really cool. I know I'm not profound. This is like pretty much what every game does now, and I felt like I'd give it a shot for my games, and it's starting to work out. Obviously, the textures are going to be changed, and we're going to fix the textures. But this is going to be fun. Yeah, so I can like make walls here made out of like brick. But yeah, like if I accidentally placed a block there, all I would do is switch to my Ballz, shoot it, and then right click and it would blow up. I would collect the pieces again and then just keep working. So that's the idea. The interesting thing is you can actually do diagonal pieces here. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Justin's a nice man. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out, go downstairs, hang out with my family. I hope everybody's doing well and stay positive during this whole virus thingy. Be nice to your family. I'm sure everybody's getting sick and tired of their family. But do your best. Give it a shot. See what happens.